Hi dear viewers, welcome back. Quickly before this actual video starts, I just wanted to show you guys my favorite little card trick with JoJo. So basically you go around the slide, and then when you start going up the stairs, you let the card go, and that's how you can like get a hit off either Terror Shock if the pallet is dropped, or just get a hit off of the person before they can go behind the pallet. So I think it's a really neat little hack, or like not even hack. It's a little nice trick. So hope you enjoyed that one. Hope you can like use it in a match. But yeah, basically the most important part of that is you have to have the second skill unlocked, of course, and then go one full circle around the slide. Most survivors don't slide immediately, but you know, this is of course based on your experience, because if you think, or like, if you experience survivors go down the side like immediately when they go up, then of course this little trick might not be for you. But if they tend to like camp there a little, then this will like surely get them. So go once full circle around the slide, and then when you start going up the slide stairs, that's when you start holding the second skill button, and you let it go when you reach the top, and that's how you will get the hit off exactly before they can get behind that pallet. Alright, now let's get back, or let's get started with the current match. We have lovely DM here with the Astral Device accessory, which makes the galaxy effects on the camera, like the picture taking and hitting. If you would like to see which JoJo accessory would be worth to buy for you, or which one would match your style the most, I recommend checking out a video I made like a few weeks before. I compared all of his 4 higher tier accessories. So like the 2 A accessories and the 2 S ones. Sadly, one of the S ones is the DM accessory, so that one was limited with the chair effect, but you can see the other 3, so maybe you can decide before Valentine's Day, because as some of you know, that's when JoJo's Tenderness accessory comes back, which is an A accessory if you didn't know. So if you're unsure about what to get for him, or you're thinking of trying to decide between 2, then I recommend checking that video out. I will leave it in a little information pop-up button in the upper corner. I'm sure you're familiar with that. So we kind of got to the point of this video. If you've been watching, you saw the doctor like drop, I don't know, like at least 6 pallets before, and she just continues to do so. And I just wanted to show why this kiting tactic, or I don't know if you can even call that like just spamming pallets kiting tactic. But anyways, so this fails because the hunter is a small amount faster, and they will catch up to you. And when you drop the pallet, if you're not like a fast pallet dropper like some rescuers are, or maybe better, I think, then you won't like, the pallet dropping animation will be long enough for the hunter to hit you like under the pallet. So that's why it doesn't always work. Of course, it can waste a ton of time, and I personally hate when survivors do that, because it's kind of, even so, a lot of people say like, oh yeah, they just spam the pallets, and then the other teammates in late game, they won't have any pallets to work with. But it's not, I don't feel like that's true anymore, because the decoding is so fast that by the time you manage to down the person who was spamming pallets, then it's already like either a primed cipher or 2 more, and even the Titan is enough to kite that long, even if they don't have any more pallets, or they also have their skills. So I don't feel like having this many pallets on most maps in IDV is justified. I heard a few players in, I believe Dead by Daylight, that's another game that IDV got like made after, like a more friendlier, I don't know, friendlier looking or more fashionable looking, less scarier version, I think. So I heard that in that game, pellets are much more respected, and they don't even have this many, so they really have to, like the survivors really have to like consider if they would use that pallet or no. So I feel like that's something that could be cool to add in IDV also. And I also heard pellets are like not in IDVs, like some hunters, maybe like 1, or I don't know how they call it in that game, I never really play that, maybe so 1 or 2 videos gameplay videos of that game, but I believe there is like at least one or maybe two hunters who can vault over the pallets when they are dropped. So that's something that I find really cool. Like, imagine if JoJo could just vault over pallets like windows, just like as fast as survivors. Maybe that would be very, very cool. At least if they don't remove a few pallets, because I feel like, yeah, there are some areas that don't have any like kiting even after the adjustment when the map was adjusted, a few maps, and there are areas when there are like unreasonably like a lot of pallets, and it basically just enables spamming for the survivors. But of course, as we all know, if the number of pallets wouldn't be enough on their own, Joseph can make a camera word, so basically he doubles all the pallets. So if a survivor has like at least a little bit of game experience, they will go to photo word if it's active, of course, and then use all the pallets there in that certain kiting area first before photo word ends. So when photo word is off or like it's over, then they will have all the pallets in the real world again to use and waste time with. And like, I don't know, these days, like, Cypher Rush is so crazy. Like, if you saw my previous video, I talked about how I got like not even disconnected, so it's not like when it's loading and it just doesn't, load and it's writes something like disconnection or something. No, it's basically just whole thing freezes and the game crashes basically, but you don't know, like, it doesn't show any sign of it. It's like the load screen there, and like you don't know if it just like takes a bit longer to load for a while, or and then when it gets too long you will realize like, oh no, the game freaking like crashed, and I'm like, here the survivors are already in the match. And if you saw that video, like, it happened to me multiple times. This, like, I think since like the end of December, maybe that update was the first time it happened. It's just so strange. Like, this, like, maybe happened to me once or twice before, like in the 2 years I played, and now I get it like almost every day, like literally. And I said that in that video that why it's so unfair and annoying, like for both sides if this happens, but mainly for hunters, because hunters doesn't have like three other teammates, to like maybe get a tie or a win with. Like, that's how like a cipher can be popped in like less than 2 minutes, I think, by most characters. And like, I just measured it today when this crashing thing happened again, and it took me 2 minutes to just, like, close the game, delete it from my phone history, then open it again, wait for it to like verify all the files. Like, even though I had it open like 5 seconds ago, it needs to like verify all the files every time I open it for some reason. And then of course it has to like have the load screen and stuff. So that whole thing takes 2 minutes. And if you think about it, I didn't take a picture, I didn't even start the match. And the robot hunter, or like the AI that takes over while we're not in the match, or like we're AFK, it doesn't do basically anything. So when I come back each time after these like disconnections, I'm at like the server at like 1 or 2 ciphers, and I have 0 presence. Now, I don't know what causes this or what might be the reason. Maybe it's like some update thing, but I really hope it will change back to normal soon. Alright, hope you enjoyed. Bye bye!